In 5, 4. Welcome to the Franklin and Allum Show. I'm your host this week, Kevin, and with me, as ever, is David and Benjamin. How is everyone? You all right?
Good.
What have we been doing? Busy week. Dave's been doing loads.
Been doing loads.
What have you been doing, Dave?
Dave?
I've been doing guitaring. I started exercising again. Because I haven't exercised for fucking ages. It's terrible. Watched lots of TV. And most excitingly, I managed to get hold of an Xbox Series X. And it's fantastic. It's amazing. Next gen is unreal. It's an amazing bit of gear.
Lovely stuff.
Mm.
Ben, what have you been doing?
What's that, video games, is it?
Video gaming.
Yeah. What have I been doing? Similar to Dave, I've been exercising. I stopped smoking. I stopped drinking as much.
As much.
As much. Yeah, I'm doing really well. Until the weekend, and then I just lose it and blow out. But I've been exercising, running a lot. Bought a road bike. So
You got it.
Nice. I'm gonna buy myself some little tight lycra shorts.
Like you haven't got any already.
Yeah, so I had already had the shorts, so I thought I better buy the bike as a ruse.
Yeah. I've done bugger all. I'm in limbo at the moment. I'm waiting to move into my new house. So I've been in this flat for a couple of weeks with none of our stuff with us. It's all in storage. So it's just been a bit watching the clock, really. I've got a lovely view of Basingstoke Town Centre out the window. That's been pretty, watching the world go by. And that's about it, really.
Let's get on with it.
So this week we are discussing top 3 movie baddies. Who wants to go first?
Me.
Go on then, Ben.
God damn it.
Nurse Ratched.
Fuck off, Ben. Jesus. Fucking hell.
Nurse Ratched. Because it's so cold and calculated and manipulative and clever, and she's just the embodiment of an abuse of power and privilege, and she's played so perfectly as well, and it's just so passive aggressive, so subtle. And she's just evil.
Evil.
Yeah. I just evil is exactly the words I wrote down. Willfully cruel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just revels in causing. Just knows exactly what buttons to push with each person,
yeah.
And just enjoys
manipulating.
Yeah.
And control. Yeah.
Just I'm worried about what your mother's going to say.
Yeah.
Just knew that was the
trigger.
Yeah. And I see stare. Just there's something just cold in those eyes.
Yeah.
Great one. I'm fucking so annoyed. I've sworn no one would get any of mine this week. I'll go to my reserves already.
Go on then. Who's next?
Good choice.
Go on then, Dave.
I'll go. I've gone for Jaws. I've gone for Bruce the shark.
Nice.
Just because he's relentless, sleek, silent, and along with my second choice, I just remember that first time I saw Jaws, and I was a little bit scared of going in the water, but I was fascinated. Every time I went to the beach, I was looking for a shark. It's like, they could be everywhere now.
Yeah.
Never were they? But it's just terrifying, isn't
Not
it?
at Boston, mate. No.
And you say that. My granddad reckons he saw one down that way.
I remember when we were kids.
Own shark. Bournemouth Pier, yeah.
Beach got closed down for a couple of weekends at Bournemouth Pier because there's been spotted a shark. So yeah.
But yeah, it's just the fact that you're powerless when you're in the water. You don't know what's going to happen. And the film itself, that opening scene, you don't see the shark. You just
No.
It's all calm, and then screams. You see her getting tossed about. Crazy, scary. It's just and there's no motive. He's just an eating machine, and that's it.
And it's one of the things that makes it scary, and this is the reason I've chosen my first choice, or one of the reasons my first choice. It's that it casts a shadow over the whole thing, right? Even when he's not there, even when you're not seeing him, and it's a scene where they're just on the boat, it casts a big shadow. You're nervous of when it's coming. It dominates the whole film. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Really it's just
really good.
It's just, I think the fact that there's no real motive other than it's just what he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no, and again, this is a bit of a theme throughout my choices as well. There's no reasoning with it.
Yeah, you can't reason. Yeah.
Brilliant.
So there you go. Jaws or Bruce, whoever.
Okay. Mine. Lord Voldemort.
Ooh.
From the Harry Potter films. Couple of reasons. He's spoken about throughout, for 8 films, he's spoken about throughout. You don't see him until quite late in the series.
Yeah.
He's only actually in half the films, and he's not on screen very much. But his presence kind of casts that shadow over the whole 8 films. Coupled with that, he just looks fucking menacing, right? He just looks I very nearly chose him as we did great character introductions.
Yeah.
I very nearly chose him then when he kind of manifests and he's like realised he's now got a body but no nose. It just looks menacing. And Ralph Fiennes is just fucking awesome as him. Because the same thing again, you just don't understand his motive. His motive is being bad for bad's sake, and there's just no reasoning with that. It's just he is going to be willfully cruel to anyone, whether they're enemies or not. And he looks like a great movie baddie.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that you hardly see him. Same sort of thing with George. You hardly see him. He's only in half the movies. The shark's not actually George, but it's a constant presence.
Yeah. It's something I found quite scary is that Empire magazine are doing a special this month, and it's celebrating 20 years since Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings first came out. 20 years. Jesus.
Yep.
That's unreal.
Time's a bastard, isn't it?
20 years ago.
Right. Voting
time.
I'm going to find this really, really tough.
Jaws.
Nurse Ratched was one of my choices, so it's hard not to vote for her. But Jaws is such a great movie villain. So I'll go Jaws.
Oh, damn it.
Okay. Jaws it is.
What would you have gone, Dave?
The nurse, I think. Just steals it a little bit.
Round 2.
Dave, go for it.
Yeah. turn my page. Oh, yeah, no, let's keep it going because Ben was first, wasn't he? So Ben.
Oh, sorry, Ben. Sorry.
Forgot you were there.
Get on and pick your choice.
Well, your choice was so forgettable that I didn't realise that you went first.
Michael Myers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Michael Myers, just very similar to same thing, just inherently evil, and it's the shape, the silent killer. There is just no reason to him. There is just no reason other than he's just utterly psychotic. And it's played, like, weirdly to say this, it's played really well. It's played really well. Just his mannerisms, the way he moves, it's almost in kind of in slow motion. It's just this relentless, non-stop. He will not stop. Yeah. There's one bit in the first one when he gets the kid and he stabs the kid against the door, and the kid sort of like leaning back against the door, and he just kind of tilts his head just as he looks at him dying. It's like a dog, like a puppy, kind of curious to it. Yeah, and it's so subtle. Yeah, and it's that white mask. Yeah, it's just
and it may not. I'm not sure if this was the first example of this kind of horror movie trope, but certainly I think it's certainly, if it's not the first example, it's certainly the example that most movies follow. It's the archetypal, the baddie's dead. The baddie's dead, you can all relax, and then in the background you just see him sit up again.
Yeah.
And we, the audience, know that he's not really.
Yeah.
That scene was just terrifying, with Jamie Lee Curtis crying her eyes out on the stairs, and he just sits up in the background and kind of looks around. I'm not sure if it's the first horror film that ever did that, but it's certainly the example that most horror films seem to follow after that. That's kind of
and I think as a film, it's a brilliant piece of cinema as well. Like that music all the way through it. John Carpenter's genius, right?
Yeah.
And it's got a real sort of, even as a studio movie, it's got a real kind of like guerrilla
indie kind of feel.
Yeah, guerrilla kind of filmmaking feel about it as well. Yeah, so yeah, Michael Myers.
Yeah, it's great.
Good one.
Probably my favorite. Probably my favorite horror film. Halloween's great. And he's so. Well, I think what's different about him as well compared to some of the other horror characters is he seems just to be a normal guy. If you get what I mean, there's no mythical sort of.
It's not supernatural.
There is a like a supernatural like element to it. There's almost like a, do you know what I mean? Like
maybe in the later one, not in the first one.
Even in the first film, like it's like he can't be killed. You know, he gets shot. Spoiler alert. You know, and they look, and he's missing. He's gone.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but he's not like.
And you're right.
I don't think so. I think that's what makes it scary is that he has been shot, but that's because he's probably oblivious to pain. He's that fucked up. Great choice. It was a great choice.
Go on then, Dave.
I've gone for the child catcher from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang because it scared the shit out of me when I was little. I've never forgotten about it, and today is the first time that I rewatched. I found some clips, and I was just. It's even worse now because you can't.
No. Was he a Russian? Was he a ballet dancer? The actor, was he a ballet dancer?
Oh, I'm not sure. He's definitely
Russian, wasn't he? Is he a Russian ballet dancer?
Yeah, definite accent. But it's the way the scene that I rewatched today is when he appears on the scene. It's like jaunty music. It's like the Pied Piper almost. You know, it's really creepy. And he goes into that house, which was Benny Hill's, the toy maker. I don't remember that, but it's got hints of. I'm not comparing it, but he's searching the floorboards and things like that. He's sniffing around, looking for people that are. So the toy maker's obviously hiding them. It's just harks back to Nazis looking for the Jew.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, oh my God, this is so dark, but it's. I suppose you don't really notice it when you're a child, but
No.
I do remember that guy come along sniffing. I can smell the children. Creepy as fuck. I had to get away with that. Horrible character.
Disney, though, isn't it? Not the worst thing you do.
Yeah.
Is it Disney? Is it? Blimey. Anyway,
good choice.
Just a creepy guy. And proper pedo. He wants to come and get my lollies. Oh, bloody awful.
Okay. I've gone for Biff Tannen.
Oh, that's
Was that one of yours? Good.
Oh, nobody was going to get that. I didn't think anybody was going to get that. God damn you. I think we all looked at the same list, didn't we?
No, I sat and thought about these. I tried to stay away from like horror films, that kind of baddie. I tried to think of like just who's a dick. Like, there's no Biff Tannen's a dick.
Yeah.
But it's just we probably all went to school with somebody like Biff, just a bully for bully's sake. Right? He just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
You know, he thought that was the only way to be popular. There's no reasoning with him because he's either too stupid or he's not being a dick as a sign of weakness or what. But there's no reasoning with him. He's consistently a dick through generations, and it's brilliantly played because everybody can see. The audience, everyone else can see that he's not who he thinks he is. He's not as cool and as terrifying as he thinks he is. He's just a dick. But he's a brilliant baddie, and it's a great,
great performance as well.
And every iteration of Biff Tannen is brilliant. I guess sort of Trump-esque, you know, Back to the Future 2.
Yeah, definitely.
That iteration of him is just horrible and slimy, and the Wild West is like genuinely psychopathic. Yeah, it's and every version of him is brilliant.
That is great.
Yeah.
Because that is great. He is a massive tool, isn't he?
Sorry, Ben.
Brilliantly, yeah.
Yeah, no.
But swap your Ratchet for a Tannen. So who have we had? Michael Myers, Child Catcher, Biff Tannen.
I think I got Biff.
Michael Myers for me.
I'll go Michael Myers as well, just because I'm not sure I've ever actually seen Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and if I have, it was so long ago I don't remember any of it at all.
I didn't even know the Child Catcher was Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Actually, I thought it was another film. I just remember that creepy guy. Weird.
Yeah, so Michael Myers through to the final round.
Round 3.
God, so confident with my choices as well. Nothing through to the final yet. And I've got to go to one of the alternates. Go on then, Ben. Who you got?
The Overlook Hotel.
Interesting.
Very good. Yeah.
Because it just brings out the worst in people. It's evil and creepy and just horrible. It's just pure, it's just evil incarnate, isn't it?
Yeah.
But what makes it a great character though?
I don't know. All the murderings.
Well, yeah, what it does to other people. So
Yeah.
it's the control it has. That's a really great choice. Yeah.
I said the fact it's so isolated, the fact it's so imposing looking, the fact it's so disconnected from everywhere, the fact it's so cavernous yet so claustrophobic, all of that.
Don't have to justify it. They've had a fucking shark.
No, but I want to explore your reasons rather than just saying.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's you're helpless. You're helpless. You're helpless when once you're there. You're snowed in for the winter. You are just at its mercy.
Yeah.
And you've only got Scatman Carruthers to rely on.
He almost made it.
He almost made it. Yeah.
Yeah. All he had to do was look round the corner or duck out of the way a bit.
Yeah.
He'd have just gone like that.
Didn't use his shining then, did he?
No, he didn't use that to look round the corner.
No. Yeah, no, it's on the surface, it's everything that that America promises, right? It's grand and opulent and a good time, and then you scratch beneath the surface and it's built on an Indian burial ground on land that was taken from the native people. And
yeah, so there's the often discussed theory, isn't it, that is Stanley Kubrick's imagining of that story, is it an allegory of
American history,
America's genocide of Native Americans, or is it about the Holocaust, or is it all those things?
The moon landing,
there's loads of conspiracies about what The Shining actually is about, what his version of it is about. But the American genocide is like massively strong. So that's a really good point, that like this a metaphor for America. Look how big and glitzy and opulent it is, but it's just got a really dark underbelly.
Built on exploitation and slavery and
That's a clever choice.
Good one. Dave?
Well, there's two, but I'm going to class it as one. I've gone for Terminator. I've gone for T800. And probably T1000 is probably more menacing than Arnie was, but obviously Arnie's version is different. Arnie's was slower. It was more, you could tell he was one of the first Terminators, but it suited his acting, shall we say, quite robotic. And he played it really well, the way.
And it's of its time as well, and it's got a real feel, that film. You don't need wicked effects in that original film, because the menace isn't the effect; the menace is what.
The menace is the relentlessness.
Relentlessness, yeah, and then particularly the T1000, Robert Patrick, when he came along, he was faster, he was slicker looking than Arnie, and he portrayed the Terminator in a different way. You know, he was doing the running like that, but it was just the relentless. Just kept coming.
You absolutely will not stop until you are dead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's a little bit like Jaws. There's no real motive other than they've been programmed to kill a target.
To do that, yeah.
Can you imagine being chased by something like that? It'd be fucking shit your pants.
Yeah.
We wouldn't go to Tech Noir.
No.
Now, I don't think I don't think that film has aged. The only the only scene where you can tell it's aged is the club scene.
Yeah, I guess.
Everything else is still. It could be that film could have been made over the last,
Except her roommate, Sarah Connor's roommate, like the way Carefree was depicted in the movies in the 80s was somebody always had a Walkman on.
Yeah.
Like if there's a character that always had a Walkman on, hey, look at that Carefree.
And they would have a sandwich about that fucking big.
yeah.
Right?
I'm make a massive sandwich and wear my Walkman. Like,
yeah.
Look how carefree I am.
Yeah. In my boyfriend's shirt.
Boyfriend's shirt, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot to say I prefer Terminator 2 though.
Do you?
Yeah,
Guns N' Roses, yeah.
Proper action. It's a proper action film. Maybe they're two they're very different.
Like
better, aren't they?
Terminator 2 is an action film. Terminator's a thriller. It's a suspense film. It's the way it's all at night. Everything's dark and Terminator's got an atmosphere that a lot of films don't have. Action films certainly don't have.
I was just going to say it's pretty clever, Terminator 2 though.
It's really good. He
came back as a good guy. It's like wow.
Yeah, I think I prefer the original because it's just got that kind of, it's almost like noir feel about it, kind of LA at night, downtown LA in the 80s at that time.
Great films.
Warzone,
There you go, Terminator.
Very good. Oh, this is tough. I've got to pick a list of ones that I didn't deem good enough for my top 3 now. Okay. Hannibal Lecter.
Cool.
Because he's not the baddie, but that everything that he does in a good guy act, so he's helping Clarice, but he's not doing it to be a good guy. He's doing it for his own reasons. He's doing it for quid pro quo, Clarice. And apart from the escape, you don't really. He's kind of unassuming, but similar to almost every character we've said, there's no reasoning with him. There's no logic behind what he does. It's just dark. It's just a darkness. It's just there's no motive other than it's what he wants to do.
Yeah.
But even though he's kind of caged all the way through that film, there's going to come a point. He's going to do something, whether it's an escape or whatever. Somebody that's that dark isn't going to be just stood behind that bit of glass the entire film. He's going to do something, and that adds to the suspense of the whole film. It's a very suspenseful film anyway, but that adds to the whole suspense of you've got this little subplot of what's going to happen with him.
Yeah. It's played
again, fucking brilliantly played.
Yeah, great acting.
Yeah,
it's a good choice. This is a tough one.
Yeah, this is a tough round. Okay, I'll go first then. Although The Shining is possibly in my top 5 films, maybe top 10 films. Although Ben and I have actually been to the Overlook Hotel and got a bit scared. I'm going to say Terminator just because he was on my list, and again it goes along with that, relentless bad guy with no ability to reason. So I'm going to go Terminator.
Well, I'm going to pick the hotel because I think it's a very left-field choice. That's what I would.
I'm going to go with the Terminator as well. Hang on, which one? C-1000 or Arnie?
Well, I put both because I couldn't really separate them because I thought they were essentially it's just a Terminator, really. So a Terminator of some variation.
I had Arnie's the original Terminator in mind.
Yeah, so you go Arnie. Then.
My choice.
Arnie.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Arnie as the Terminator, just because I thought it was brilliantly portrayed. To be honest, it's like nobody else could have done that. You know.
Yeah.
No.
I think anybody else could have played it like he did it. I think is so menacing, and it's a brilliant film.
It is.
So I'm going to choose the Terminator.
So finally, we have the Terminator. Jules? Michael Myers.
Yeah.
So should we do honourable mentions?
Well,
Before voting?
Yeah.
This was very nearly my first choice, but we have mentioned him and talked in detail about him being the perfect movie bad guy, and I didn't want to just repeat what we said before. But Darth Vader, for all the reasons we said before, Zod from Superman 2,
Yeah.
because he's already an arse, but then he's an arse who finds out he's got superpowers.
Yeah, man, that's scary, isn't it?
Yeah. Johnny from Karate Kid, albeit looking at it now through the Cobra Kai lens, he's not really a bad guy, but he's a baddie in that movie. Agent Smith from The Matrix.
Oh, that is good. Yeah, great.
Again, a relentless, unkillable baddie.
And a brilliant piece of acting in that, actually.
Yeah.
Terminator said, and the Fratellis, Goonies.
Good one. I've got
Because Fratellis were because they're so bad they don't even like each other.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's a good one. The Goonies comes with I don't know. Did I tell you this? The Goonies comes with a warning on Sky Cinema now, saying things like it portrays cultural depictions that are no longer acceptable.
Oh wow, does it?
It's like,
We're talking about chunk and data specifically.
Yeah.
I'm guessing so.
Yeah.
Blimey. I suppose, yeah.
Yeah. I've got Percy from the Green Mile.
Oh, you very nearly chose him as well, yeah.
Yeah. I've got the Warden from Shawshank.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
I've got, just had it and it skipped my mind. Dave, you go, because I've fucking forgotten it.
I was going to go Annie Wilkes, is it? Misery? I think that's her name.
Yeah, good one.
Yeah, I kind of wish I'd put that in instead of the child catcher, really.
Oh, that's good. I would have voted for that. What she does to his ankles. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. I toyed with Alien. Because again, it's just relentless, non-stop.
Yeah, no motive, just...
Yeah. Scar from The Lion King. He was a bit of a bad dude, isn't he?
Yeah.
Victor Maitland.
Oh, good one. Yeah, good one. Shere Khan from Jungle Book. That would have been a good one.
Yeah.
Sid, Toy Story.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah.
I can't think of the character's name from Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, Hans Laud and the
Hans Lauder.
Yeah.
I toyed with that as well.
Yeah, that's a great one.
But that's more. It's probably more the performance. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, maybe he is evil. Maybe he is.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
horrible character. Yeah, because he literally
even for an
changes.
Even for an Nazi. One of the worst ones. You know, that's fucking saying something.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots to choose from. And I was with Kev actually. I was trying not to go down the horror thing because I thought that might come up as a later podcast or something.
Yeah. You say that. Is he a baddie? Look at his arm. Is he wearing a swastika? Yes, he is. Yes, then he's a baddie.
Are we the bad guys?
Yeah. Clues in the fucking uniform, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant. We were saying before you joined, Ben, we were saying this was probably one of the easiest ones. And probably the list was endless, actually. The bad guys.
Yeah, once it started.
What's his name? John Doe was a pretty.
John Doe would have been a really good one.
Yeah.
Tyler Durden as well. Tyler Durden would have been a good one.
Yeah.
Endless.
Yeah. Begbie.
Yeah. Great one. Ivan Drago.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. The sheriff from Rambo.
I thought about Rocky characters and then thought Drago. Well, no, by the end of by halfway through the fight, like he's just a fighter. He doesn't want association with that. He just wants to compete against Rocky. Apollo Creed wasn't a baddie. He was just. Clubber Lang was a baddie.
Clubber Lang was a baddie. Clubber Lang was a good baddie. Yeah.
That'd have been a good one.
Final votes then. What have we got? Jaws, Michael Myers, and what was the other one? Terminator. You can vote for your own in this round. I'll go first, shall I?
Go on him.
Just because I think it's probably one of my favourite films. I think it's perfect as a film. Jaws.
I'm going Jaws.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I've said the same reason as Kevin. I think it's probably the best movie ever made.
And probably out of all of the bad guys, he literally didn't have a motive at all. It was just instinct rather than.
And it wasn't. And it wasn't.
No one's safe, are they? Basically.
And it wasn't even excused by it's the shark's nature. It wasn't even doing it for food. There was some unspoken vendetta that it had against that boat. It just kept coming back to that boat. It wasn't trying to feed. It was you couldn't understand the motive of that shark. And relentless, and you don't know where it is, and it's bigger and stronger and faster than you.
Yeah. Great.
Yours, the best. I did see something the other day that made me laugh. It said a shark could definitely outswim me, but I'm pretty sure I could outrun a shark, which means if we were in a triathlon, it would all come down to the cycling.
That's good. I saw a YouTube clip come up the other day, and it was some award ceremony or not award ceremony, but you've done really well in your career type thing. I forgot what they call them for John Williams, and it was Richard Dreyfuss doing his bit, and they played the clip where they're in the boat, and they played it without the music. And I still thought it was great, but then they played it again with the music, and it's like, oh, it's amazing the way that he builds up the tension. It's perfect film. It's everything just went click, didn't it? The acting, the score, the venue, the location.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Didn't Spielberg say?
Get that out if you can find it. I'll put a link in the description.
Yeah, nice. Didn't Spielberg say when John Williams first played in the dun, 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 he laughed and said, no, really, what have we got? He thought it was open with a joke kind of thing. No, that's it. But you can't.
Amazing.
It might be the most famous piece of movie music, that the Jaws dun-duns.
I think a lot of John Williams is Superman, Star Wars.
Yeah.
Anyway, there we go.
He could have just done those three, couldn't he? And just
that's it.
There you go. Beat that.
Work here is done.
Over to you, American.
No. I'll crack on and do Indiana Jones while you're all leveling over those ones.
Good one. So what's up next? What are we doing next episode?
Ooh, we got an idea for next episodes.
Have you? Is it most stressful house moves?
Do you remember I sent a list over? I can't bloody find them on the thing.
You did.
How long ago is this? Oh, here we go. Movie adaptations from books, cartoon series, movie franchise, difficult third album, favorite comedian, and favorite joke or sketch by them. And you replied, all good ideas.
Probably didn't read it.
Committing to that one, aren't you?
Right, so there you go. Jaws, the best movie baddie. Next week, we will do our top 3 comics. That's not comic books. So it'll be comedians, comedy sketch show, funny people, etc. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye-bye.